Welcome back. Let's bring you out to the big board to show you how some of these results played out and how Susan Crawford won by 10 points. We've got to look at some critical parts of the state. Susan Crawford overperforming in the southwest corner of the state and northeast Wisconsin, the counties around Green Bay where President Trump won anywhere between 5 to 10 points. Let's take a look. Susan Crawford winning Brown County, where Green Bay is 52 to 48%. Outagamie County, home to Appleton, Crawford winning 51 to 49%. And Winnebago County, Crawford winning 54 to 46%. Schimmel really needed to win all three counties if he wanted to be competitive. To Schimmel's home county of Waukesha County, 58%. He needed to do better in Waukesha County, 60% or above. And Susan Crawford overperforming what Tammy Baldwin and Kamala Harris did in her home of Dane County, 82%. That's part of the picture, bringing us out to this statewide map. And one thing we always like to look at, Sauk County, the bellwether that's been predicting these presidential races correctly. Susan Crawford winning 57 to 43. Jaron?
Let's bring in Charles Franklin, director of the Marquette Law School poll. Charles, let's start where Matt just left off, walking us through the results. What can we make from the turnout numbers across the state and how Susan Crawford won this race by 10 points?
I think it's a really impressive rise in turnout for both sides. Republican turnout was up about 245,000 votes, but Democratic turnout up about 280,000 votes. So both sides had really focused on getting their voters out to the polls, and they both succeeded, but Democrats a little bit more than Republicans did.
Elon Musk took center stage really for both campaigns in the final days of the race. You have new polling on Elon Musk nationwide. What's the snapshot from your poll, and what impact did he have on the Supreme Court race?
Yeah, his favorability nationally is just 38%, with 60% unfavorable. Here in Wisconsin in early March, we had him at 41% favorable. So he's considerably less positive than Donald Trump is, and a pretty substantial net negative both nationally and here in the state.
You talked about the turnout numbers for Democrats and then the outside influence, obviously, from Elon Musk. What do you think are the big takeaways for Democrats and Republicans from this race?
I think the main one is that for all of the money Musk invested in the state, he barely moved the vote margins at all. He did, I think, or the Republican Party did, succeed in turning voters out, and that's a real plus for them. But it also proves that Musk's involvement is a lightning rod for Democratic attacks. And here, Democrats focused so heavily on Musk's involvement and boosted their turnout even more than Republicans did. I think that's a warning sign to Republicans that Musk may help their side with money and maybe turnout, but he also motivates an awful lot of Democrats to go the other way.
You also have a new nationwide poll that's out just as the markets and lawmakers are responding to the president's new tariffs. What are voters saying in that poll?
They are very pessimistic about the tariffs. 58% say tariffs hurt the economy. Only 28% think they'll help the economy. And even among Republicans, just 52% think they help the economy, a very low number, one of the lowest support for Trump among Republicans that we see in the poll. Also, voters are very skeptical about the impact of Trump's policies generally on inflation. Again, about 58% expect inflation to go up as a result of Trump's policies. Only 30% think it will go down. And people have gotten more pessimistic about inflation from our December poll to January to now this poll. It's been a steady increase in the percentage that think inflation will go up with Trump's policies.
Marquette Law School poll director Charles Franklin, it's always great to have your analysis. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Coming up, countdown to the NFL draft in Green Bay. Major security preparations underway this weekend inside those plans with the city's mayor. Next.